episode with
Hello.
Lucas and Kimhye. Actually, I want to thank people for all the beautiful messages they send us. It's quite a new
Yes.
podcast, and I know there's a lot of podcasters out there, but we get so much nice, hot, warm, good feedback.
Yeah, and when you check on Apple Podcasts, this podcast is up there in spirituality, in religion, in Buddhism. So it's amazing.
So we want to thank all of you for tuning in, sharing, and it really gives us, we have the motivation, but
It's super nice
I
to
think
know.
it's nice.
Yeah, to know that these conversations are generating conversations outside this room.
Yeah.
And that people feel connected with the things that we are sharing with each other here. That is tantric in a way.
That is tantric all the way. We have got some emails from people with some subjects they want us to discuss.
Wow. Yeah.
We haven't asked people to do that, but of course we can do it now. If it's something you want us to share or talk about, just email us or find us on Facebook. We love that. One topic is how to awaken the intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl wrote me and said, could you talk about how to manifest things in life?
Let's start with that. What do you think intuition is?
Intuition is like a guiding system, a voice within that tells you things.
Does everyone has that?
Yes.
Why
you look at me like,
No. It's like I am trying to ask this in the way that a kid will ask, like have child's eyes, opening myself to the subject, because people are very fact-oriented and they want things they can understand and reproduce. And when you talk about intuition, it becomes like hippy-dippy, because it's like, well, but intuition, what is it?
And a lot of people think intuition is the same as gut feeling. And I think it's linked, but I think it's a difference.
Where would you put that difference?
Yeah, I think a gut feeling is a reaction that comes from the body.
Yeah.
You get a gut feeling, but that can actually be based on old programming or a paradigm that you live in.
Okay, so gut feeling is mainly a reaction. It's like
yeah.
a physical reaction to something that is
Yeah.
that impacts you, and you are like, no, not here, or
Yeah.
yes, this is.
But
the right
what's
place.
confusing with the gut feeling is that it's mixed with your intuition. It's not separated, but it can be. That's why it's hard sometimes to know, okay, is it my intuition, my deepest self, my true self helping me? Or is it a sensation with emotions that are stored that gives me this physical reaction, and that is a gut feeling? And sometimes that gut feeling can be wrong because, let's say you go into an experience,
Yes,
and your gut feeling tells you, oh, I have to be
careful. Yeah.
Maybe these people is not
The right for me.
yeah, or they have bad intentions. But that gut feeling can be created of your old programming. It means you have been in the past working or been with people that have hurt you. That is something that you bring with you. And then when you are in a certain situation, you can get that triggered.
Yeah. Even if it's an insight of the body in this situation, might not be right. It's a reaction.
And this was kind of an aha moment for me when I realized, what is the difference between gut feeling and intuition? Because I had to start studying, okay, what is intuition that is really like the true information, the right information? And what is, I had all these thoughts. I wasn't sure of what can I trust? What is just thought, belief systems, and what is the true navigation system?
Okay, so gut feeling can be tainted somehow by our beliefs and old programmings or feelings. And intuition would be like a non-judgmental observation of what's happening.
I think it's very hard to describe, but to get in touch with your intuitive side, you have to be in a line with yourself. If not, that information will be blurred and it won't reach out. And that's why meditation and tuning in to the right frequency is so important, because then you get the information out.
Okay, intuition could be like seeing what it is. I am seeing what it is, and beyond my beliefs and beyond. I would like to arrive to a definition of intuition that we can share between us and then with the people that are listening. So
yeah, it's so hard. I think it's super hard to...
It's clearly beyond words that we have.
I think intuition is beyond words.
Okay.
It's like falling in love.
Okay.
It's hard to describe, but you just know the feeling. The shift came when I understood I can't always trust my gut feeling because it can be all programming. And that's why I started to dig into, okay, what is intuition then? So intuition is more fine-tuned.
Mm-hmm. So it could be like some sort of acknowledgement or understanding or getting like the full picture of a situation beyond what you already know. Because sometimes it happens to me that I know someone, I have this gut feeling that I say, well, let's not overjudge people on first impressions. Let's know this person better. And you see what this person push forward. I am like this, I am like that. And you see something bigger than that, that is not said, that no one presented, but is like around this person. And in the back of my mind, I start to say, you know what? I know that this person said this and this, but I also see this, and this. That is unsaid. That is no words.
I also think if you want to get in touch with your intuition, that's why meditation is...
It's really good for you.
Yeah, you can have a gut feeling, even if you are stressed or you feel like you're not in alignment with something. The gut feeling can come.
Yeah.
But if you are stressed and full of mess, you won't hear the intuition.
It's a deeper understanding also of intuition.
And to get in contact with your intuition, you need to have a clear path between, I don't know where it comes from, but the information needs to come to your physical body and the mind, while the gut feeling can come anytime, any place. Okay, I can try to make an example. A lot of times when I meet people, I can get this intuitive feeling. Like, first time I met you, I said, we are going to do this and this together, or we're going to work together. I just had this intuitive feeling that you and I were going to do something much more than just you being a teacher.
Yeah.
I feel like that is my intuition. But my gut feeling would say, okay, this is a nice guy and he seems nice. I have a good feeling with putting him into this position.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
That is a gut feeling. But my intuition told me it's something here. And I kind of always stuck to that. You remember I was like, I want to see if you can do this, or we were talking about projects.
Yeah, I was like, really, me? Yeah.
Yeah, and then you started to do something at another studio, and I was just like, that's cool, because I know we're going to work together somehow. Because I listened to that, I was like stuck with you.
Yeah.
I didn't give you up, even if you were looking for different opportunities elsewhere.
I was trying to find myself, but I also saw in the way that you treated me that there was a sense of trust that was beyond what you said, that had no logical explanation because we didn't know each other so well then.
But that's because I listened to my intuition. So my intention towards you becomes like this subtle layer that you can't really put your finger on.
Yeah. So clearly intuition is something that is unsaid, that is the bigger picture, that is also like a non-judgment, like a complete information around something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that's information from the source.
Yeah. Not going through the programming that you acquired through life.
Because the programming would be, you are from this and this country, you are...
you're always, Argentinians are always late.
Or if you were, if you didn't have any experience, I would think, okay, this guy isn't experienced enough. That's not the case with you, but I just take an example. Then it creates all these...
I never taught in Norway so far.
Yeah, we can use that as an example. And I would think, the gut feeling is that maybe he should be teaching a few classes. Or So I don't know if this is going to make sense for people, but...
It's making sense for me, because with these questions, at least I know that is something that is usually unsaid, that is bigger than my programming. That is a connection directly from the source. It's like seeing things the way they are instead of seeing things the way they were.
Yeah. And we should even put out the word see, because it's not even about seeing.
No, it's realizing. Realizing?
Yeah, it's like realizing. Is it?
Yeah, I said it's realizing, and then a big question mark appeared in front of my face. But
when I get information like that, for me it's almost like I have a screen behind me. Sometimes when I visualize things and I plan things, I get the screen in front of me with information.
Oh my God, this makes so much sense.
It does?
Please go on. Please go on.
So when we are discussing this now and I try to express how intuition is for me, it's like a big screen, 30 centimeters back of my head. And it's like I have this information there. And it's almost disconnected to my body. So it has no link to my thoughts or feelings in the moment. But the information is very strong for me because it's almost like a big screen.
Okay, you're going to get goosebumps out of this.
Okay.
Because you are signaling the back of your brain, and the neck and the back of your brain is where the cerebellum and the perception of space is created.
Okay.
So when you're making with your hands, like back of your head, 30 centimeters back of your head, is all the information that comes from the outside goes to the brainstem and goes to the back of your brain.
Okay.
And the mental processes that our ideas or our cognition is created on the top and front of the brain, which is where we see the planning.
Okay.
So what you just described, this is what I was getting goosebumps while you were doing this, is exactly how the neural processes in the brain happens. So instead of going forward and trying to think as the thinker of Rodin, that he put his hand on his fist on his forehead, is like going back and getting the raw data.
Yeah, it's like raw data, and you don't really know what to do with it, but I just trust it's there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So intuition is like raw data about reality without the processing that the mind brings.
Yeah, because it's not processed. And when you start processing, then you can start feeling it's a gut feeling.
I want to stand up and clap. That we have it. Thank you so much.
I have. Thank you, Alex, for giving me this equipment.
It's amazing. That makes sense. So intuition is about the raw data in the perception of reality that we can use not through our programming, but we can keep that raw data there and see what we want to do with it.
Yes.
How do we awaken that?
Ooh.
We said that we work with meditation, and why meditation is good to work with intuition.
I think meditation is the first step because that's where you get easier access to your subconsciousness and to access the data, what you have now defined as the raw data, the intuition. To access the raw data, you need to have a clear passage.
Yeah.
So if it's too much, so if it's too much fuss, then you won't see it. It's like too blurry.
Okay, so meditation is a tool to make the mind less reactive.
Yeah.
And not so identified with the programs and the processing, so we can see how we transform raw data into beliefs, into actions, into what we believe is ourselves.
But why I say that meditation is just a part of it, I have this line that I call from mantra to manifestation. Because my story is I started meditate with a mantra, and for years I just did mantra meditation.
Yeah, transcendental.
Yeah,
TM,
and
right?
then when I asked my parents, is there something more? They were like, no, and I felt deep inside there's something more. You can sit and meditate for that long, and that is also good for certain things, but there's so much more, and that's where you start to train, like you said, the intuition, how you are developing your senses, how you can use that information, and that's other techniques.
Okay. So going back to the question that Now that we are ready to answer that, and going back to the question that this listener made about bringing an idea into manifestation, because ideas are created in other parts of the brain and we want to get them out into the world. For that, we need to be able to work with the raw data and transform this into the thing that we want.
That's where the fun starts.
It sounds a lot of fun. Going back to the question, there is a way then to bring ideas into the world, right? And you said that meditation is the first step. Now that we understand a little bit more what meditation is about, wouldn't it be good to discuss a little bit how you work into manifestation?
The manifestation process of, getting the raw data into manifestation. Yeah, we can talk about that in next episode.
Don't worry, the next episode is going to be like right away.
Yeah, right away.
Thank you so much.
But before we end, when have you thought of this difference between intuition and gut feeling before? This was something I started thinking actually just a couple of months ago.
It's really funny because I am doing a podcast in Spanish and we are talking about anxiety right now. One episode that I recorded a couple of weeks ago was about how anxiety is insides of the body, but those insights are not necessarily connected with something that is real. Sometimes we are reacting to an old memory, or sometimes we are reacting to the history of our parents. I never thought that in connection with intuition. It made a lot of sense when we discussed it, and also makes a lot of sense for me to realize in this discussion that we had what intuition really is, because now I have a clear view on where it comes from, and it seems like it's very rich data that you can use for almost anything.
What I think is fascinating with spirituality is nowadays you can always link it up to science. You get more and more science-based information out there, which makes me feel a little bit less hoo-hoo-hoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's super interesting to see all this.
The connection between Buddhism, Tantra, and neuroscience, for example.
It's like a natural link to everything.
I find it really, really interesting. And I feel that lowers the threshold for people to get more into this with an open mind and less protective.
So when we talk about intuition in terms of a tantric view, or at least for me, Tantra is about being on the heart frequency. So when you are on the heart frequency, you are in open and receptive mode. And that's also a frequency where it's easier to access the intuitive information.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, because intuition is, in the mind filter that we create, there is a lot of raw data that is discarded, right? But sometimes when we need to change our reality, we don't need to change maybe the situation around us. We need to go one step back. We need to go back into the raw data, into the connection with the source, and come out from there using a different foot.
You know, when you fall in love and your gut feeling can tell, oh, this is the bad one. You know, this is a bad boy, or this is, or this girl is not going to be good for me. But something tells you, like, I have to go for this.
Yes, I can relate perfectly. That
So I'm not saying that this is always your intuition speaking, but I just make a parallel. It's kind of the same feeling.
I see that.
And then this feeling, the screen in the back of the head, is pushing forward, and then you are making the decision not based on your fear, or maybe you feel like
your history.
And almost only love and falling in love can trump that bodily sensation where you feel like, oh, this is not going to be good for me, but you still go in there and you trust whatever happens.
It makes a lot of sense, because falling in love is, everything is potential.
Yes.
And raw data is
potential. Pure potential.
Pure potential.
And that's why love and Tantra is
the same thing.
Is the same thing.
Well,
okay.
I think this is the perfect spot to finish today's episode. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Lucas.